Hey, I'm Kev, and welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager career. Let's head into the final week and do an activity or a test. As we can do a TV advert for 15,000 credits, go to a gala evening, get 800 reputation, or go to the gym for a ride to improve their muscle building, which will improve their throttle control ability by 100 XP, or do a prize competition, get a fixed credit race reward from your sponsors for the next race by 100%. Our test session for 2 weeks, but we're not developing any bike parts, so that is kind of pointless. I think it's between the TV advert or the prize competition. We really want to get these credits, as I think reputation wise we're pretty fine, over 120,000. Gym wise we're going to improve riders, but we don't know who we're going to retain for next season, so I think we're going to just back that off till next season. So I think we're going to go with the prize competition. I think that'd give us more, as that's from all of our sponsors, Moto3 and Moto2 of course, so I think that's a bit more than a TV advert. As now we are heading into next season, and let's plan what we're going to do. So thanks to WSC50, who replied in the comments of the last video, he said keep MacDonald in Moto2 for another season, so then in MotoGP we can maybe afford a Honda and Yamaha. As you can see, there are 3 million credits. You can afford a Ducati, but I think he's got a good idea there. Wait for the Yamaha and Honda, and maybe battle for the championship with those bikes. I wouldn't mind getting a Honda, of course. I prefer them over the Yamaha, but let's see what we're going to do salary wise then. So we've got our riders in Moto2. I think we're going to keep Vanda. Let's see who else we could get. Even though Vanda, a lot of salary there, 212,000. Who else could we get for around that much? As you can see, there's Gustafsson. Got a charismatic Spaniard, 87,000. Pretty good as well in the overall. Same for Lopez there. As we go through all of the field, there's Kumar. Remember him? He was pretty decent actually on the Moto3 bike. As there is Vanda, the Moto2 specialist. There's also advice, look out for Master Tusslers as well as the AI riders. So could we bring back the Italian as well? Got a Huthead Australian. Don't really want one of those. There's a Stopwatch King. Sadly, race pace was not that good. I think we're going to drop the Cypriot for the second time. Fool me once, fool me twice. So there's the Finnish rider who's pretty good. For Tannen, is that how you say it? And 220,000 credits, just a bit more than Vanda, but look at his stats, they're a bit better than the South Africans. Got a Spaniard's a Moto2 specialist. As there's a Swiss rider, a Hothead. Look at that overall, 71%. Got a Meg, and he's a careful rider though. Don't really want careful riders. I think I will. Oh, I am so tempted to stick with Vanda. There's the Moto3 specialist. It's definitely sticking with the Argentine rider in Moto3. He came on leaps and bounds at the end of last season. And so did Vanda. Shall we stick with Vanda? Even though that's not a good overall, is it? As I mean, look at Vanda. Can we actually look at Vanda? We can't. When we look at his potential, he's already almost there already. So, it really might be worth switching to like the Danish rider here of Nelson. We've got the charismatic Spaniard, we've got the Swede, the old model student. He's got decent stats as well. What are Vanda's stats? Let's look at this and compare. So his highest to 64%. When you look at the other riders, look at that, over 68% there in corner and body position for Nelson, and he's around 30,000 less credits wise. You've got the Italian. We got the Swede there all over 65%. Worth a lot though. You know, over 75,000 more than Vander. Bit too much maybe to improve. And then we got the Swiss rider. Look at that, 74, 74, 68, 68. But is a hothead. And they got a charismatic Spaniard. Got the American there, but a careful rider. I don't like careful riders, alright. Got Australian hothead. Then we've got the Finn, who I'm very interested in getting. Because he's not that more than Vander, but look at his overall. You know, body position up there in the 70s. Pretty decent. And we've got a couple of hothead Brits who don't want those. So, I think Vander may be kicked out for the Finnish rider here. So we're keeping the Argentine rider in Moto 3. Now, what are we going to do with the Cypriot? Who's going to replace him? As there are quite a few candidates. Could I actually go for the Danish riders? How much salary is the Cypriot? Let's look at this. 166,000, and that's virtually his whole potential for field as well, around 60%, which isn't that good. Look, even the higher Brits a bit more than that. It would be good to see a higher Bred return, maybe, in Moto 3, to the Moto 3 team, after MacDonald's promotion. So can we bring back the Italian? He was decent on occasion, he's a master tussler. So we've already had one reunion in Moto 3, we're going to have another now. We're going to bring back Andrea alongside the Argentine rider. So that's our riders then for this season. But do we get a MotoGP team? Just to get some credits on the board as well. Do we go for the KTM? Why not? It's about time, isn't it? After 5 seasons, I think we should have not a KTM. Should have a MotoGP team as well. So let's go with the KTM and let's go with the Tisson sponsorship. Check the liveries you've got here. I like that livery. That looks pretty decent. But let's get the old Brunello on there. So that's not a good colour. We need to make that yellow, I think. Make that blue. There we go. Whirlwind colour, make those blue as well. And then make the main colour, which is all that white, yellow. Oh, it doesn't even affect that much actually, yellow. It's just there. It's mostly black. That's not a good look. Can we change this? I guess that's the best. No, you can see some blue on the front there. Maybe we change the wheel rims to yellow as well. Get some more yellow on there. There we go. That will blind our opposition. So yes, that is our MotoGP bike. So let's hire a couple of riders then for MotoGP. I suspect we're going to go very cheap with this. As we're just getting this MotoGP team, that they earn a bit more credits as well. Don't expect them to do too well on the KTM either. So who have we got to choose from? As you're just basically looking at this Portuguese rider. Not good at cornering, but neither is the KTM, so you're hired. And who are we going to have alongside him? Who else is cheap? Got the Italian. He's very good at cornering, but it's a careful rider. Don't know my careful riders. Could go for the Chinese rider. Expand to new markets. We've had an Indian rider in the past. We'll have a Chinese rider as well. With Yang. So there we go. This is the Elusive team setup for this season. Spending over 440,000 salary, the highest ever. But we also have a MotoGP team, Moto 2 and Moto 3 team. So we'll be very busy at weekends. It says we do want to proceed. And yes, we do want to rest after that very busy off-season. And we've got an activity day to start the season. We can go to the gym, improve our rider's ability, improve their body position by 100 XP by doing some coordination training, do some social networking, get extra reputation bonus for the next race. We achieve the sponsored objectives by 100%. We like the airline. We do like this for the first activity of the season, which is have no management costs for the next race transfer. All reputation bonus based on our place in the next race. We do a TV program, improve that by 100%. But I think I'll go with the coordination training. Let's improve our riders right off the bat. So we've done that. There's one thing I have to do in this episode. Let's head to Qatar and open the season under the Sal International Circuit. So the McKid is back on a Moto2 machine after an off-season of contemplating of putting together a consistent campaign. He was so up and down, wasn't he, his first season in Moto2, but if he's more consistent, he definitely has the pace to challenge for the title. And that is the goal of this season, to grab the Moto2 title and step up to MotoGP next season. So let's see if MacDonald is rusty after that off-season. He's out the first corner there, he's getting it sideways already. Let's go into the left-hander. I'm very excited to see the results after this weekend as well with that MotoGP team now and the KTMs. Yes, it may be a placeholder until we can get a Honda and Yamaha at the end of the season and see MacDonald get promoted as well. But they only have to achieve 20th or above if they're sponsored objectives in the races. Which, if you know the size of a MotoGP field, is not a lot, as MacDonald is down in his qualifying effort. So that sponsored objective is actually achievable for a MotoGP team. There's only, what, 23 riders maybe with our team now in MotoGP, so yeah, looking good for them maybe. They achieve that every race, even if they have no pace. So they're just practicing here. MacDonald's a bit rusty after the off-season, okay? As you saw with its crash there, his qualifying effort. So we are going to qualify last, so we're not going to complete that. Just going to go around as Cortese's down on the speed up. Just going to get used to this Moto2 machine once again. So that's very wide. As we go into the penultimate corner. That's something we've already practiced the final corner, haven't we? Going to warm up that. This is where it begins. So let's return to the pit. MacDonald is qualifying in last, but where is the Finnish rider going to qualify in his debut for Elusive? Yes, we always have beautiful conditions here in Qatar. Has looking right up there. We got your usual suspects in it. It's like Luti, Morbidelli and Marcus on the front row with the Swiss rider winning out. Almost said Swede again. Still Switzerland. With Olivier in the second row ahead of Pacini and Nakagami. And on the third row is Baldassari, Shirota and Savi, that master tactician, in ninth ahead of Danny Kent. And it's out the top 10. Where is the Finnish rider? There he is in 32nd. I didn't qualify last, I guess. As MacDonald, he's on the special row in 34. So let's see if the Elusive twins can move forward in the race. So here we are admiring the first grid of the season, as you got your usual suspects right up there. And looking at the fourth row, Marini and Courtois again occupants, with the fifth row led by Dominic Agatha, the Bagnaia and Pons. And then in the sixth row you got Serin leading that, seventh row led by Navarro, eighth row led by Simone Corsi on that speed up. You're going to look for him to charge for the field, challenge for points as well. Along with the Elusive twins, there's Magnum and Light still right at the back.
After a long weekend of preparation, the race is about to start. You could cut the tension with a knife, but all that matters now is who gets across that line first.
Yes. Will it be MacDonald from the back? We are about to find out as he revs up his engine. The first time this season, those of Lorenzo and Rossi flags raving, but they just don't care for this fire of that race has begun. And look at this, MacDonald, another super start again. He's got to be very cautious into this first corner as he dives down the inside of, that's Gardner, makes it 3 wide. As I told you, very cautious. Gets past Raffin up into 18th and all gets into the back of Xavier Simon. He did that a bit last season, didn't he? Because once again, almost got confused on the screen with the colours being so similar. So we're up to 16. We've got Agata in front. Got Cortese behind. And we've got Morbidelli leading ahead of Marquez. As here he comes up to the corner where he lost the front end in qualifying. As he looks down the inside of Bagnaia. Oh! This down the inside of Quartararo and is down. First fall of the season for MacDonald. The Finns made some good progress as Manzi's passed Hernandez for 31st. And Lord rejoins in 29th. And there is the Finn in 26th. As Hernandez gets past Manzi. And Hernandez gets past Locatelli as someone is down. On the outside. Someone goes down the inside of his teammate, he's down! The elusive twins have collided. On this first lap. As Pons goes up to 26th past the Finnish rider. And Pons is down, actually. Which Pons is that? It's not Edgar, is it? Because he just got past our teammate. There's got a Pons in front. It says McDonald's in 29th. Don't quite believe you there, game. But he's got some work to do. The rest of this race. Maybe a bit too ambitious in the first race of the season. Some of those moves. Let's see if he can calm it down for the next 4 laps. He goes a bit wide in that final corner. Very gentle onto the power though. As Morbidelli leads across the line, Toro 6.9. And the Mark VDS rider, and then Toro 6.4 from the KTM of Miguel Oliveira. Once again, we'll be challenging right up there. We've got Paoli behind. Or in front, should I say. We've got Pons behind. Got Manzi battling into the top 30 pass the Spanish rider. You see it goes McDonald down the inside of Paoli. Braking like he's just going to like a T-junction. Very slowly braking into it. This McDonald's behind Manzi. He's getting held up by someone. Oh, they're getting held up by, is that Nakashima? So McDonald battles his way up into 29th, looks down the inside. And gets past. There is the fear and past Pons in front. Oh, both the Pons are not doing well then. One went down, he's in last. The other has just got passed by both the elusive twins. So we're up to 27th. Oh, we're going to this part of the track where they collided on the first lap. Lord this time going around the outside of his teammate. Doesn't make it work. He gets a good exit. He's right in the slipstream. As his teammate is, the rider in front. Lord braking early, goes down the inside of both of them though, up into 25th. Holds it in 3rd this time, saving that rear tyre, got past Nakashima. Got the Italian in front, pretty good in 24th. Didn't see that often from him last season. Going into Benotto with Colin McDonald down the inside. But a bit too late on the brakes. Now into the final corner. And he ease it down the inside. There's not much of a gap. McDonald makes one. This is a pass. He's got Navarro in front. We finish up to 26th. We're going on to the 3rd lap. Morbidelli 203.1. With the fastest lap. McDonald's pretty close despite charging for the field. 203.6. Pretty good lap time there. That's right, here comes the Italian diving down the inside of McDonald. McDonald not taking that though. That passed up into 24th. He's got Navarro in front. He's got Simeon in front again in that corner. They're inseparable through that corner. So here goes McDonald up into 20th. Oh, he's down! Across the curb. Trying to be cautious going through the field, but then he just went a bit too wide. He's down to the host. The old McDonald has returned. New season, old ways. So around halfway through this race. Oh, and now breaks himself by a country mile. Now he's lost. Got Paoli and Locatelli in front. So just not sure on that front brake again. Just like last season round here. That's the one thing that really undid MacDonald. And again, it's been the case. Just unsure. The braking with this bike. Again, he was like that in the first, third of the season last season. So let's see if he gets better at it again. But he's got to get better at it quickly if he wants to challenge for the title. He's already losing 25 points here to Morbidelli. Don't give the Italian, the reigning champ, that head start if you want to win this thing. Again, he's going wide in those right-handers. What the hell? On the curb, just takes him down. He's trying to rest the bike on a curb, and the curb's not liking that. We've got Luti past Marquez for third. He's gone to the front stretch. Bike is going wide everywhere, not getting into the corner at all. Tyres perhaps overheated slightly as he got into the penultimate lap of the race. And always got it all to do to not finish last. After a disastrous third lap. It was the first lap, the third lap. God, the last lap's going to be bad for MacDonald, is it? Go into the left hand again. As you can see, locking up under the brakes. Short shifting. Trying to save the tyres once they get them back into that operating window. Just trying to save as well, taking these gears in third instead of second. Again, can't get the braking into that corner. What the hell? Any more and the front end would have folded like you saw in qualifying. So can't get the braking right into that left hander as you go through the right. Getting the rear wheel not really liking things. Let's go wide through the right hander anyway into the left. Get down to second. And that's it, gentle on the power. The tyres are around half worn, so they shouldn't be that bad, but they feel terrible. As you've got Luti past Marquez again. MacDonald is catching up to the field. He's less than 3 seconds behind. Goes into an ultimate corner again on the curb. This time he survives. As Robbie does a 202.9 as he goes on to the final lap of the race. Tang's just sailed away at the front, hasn't he, from Oliveira. Well, Marquez and Luti have their own battle for the final step of the podium. MacDonald's got his own battle here, not to finish last, as he goes across the line onto the final lap. 204.2. What the hell is that lap time? Got to do much better on the final lap, MacDonald. And that's a fantastic start, not being able to break into the first corner. Goes very wide. Down to the left. You can see why he goes wide sometimes. Just the camber, the bumps there make the bike want to go wide. Into the left-hander. At the end of the first sector. Just a second back. You can see Locatelli and Paoli battling. Looks like Locatelli's now got the advantage in that battle. We'll just wait till MacDonald comes. As he goes into the left hand, it goes wide again as Paoli's got past Locatelli again. Got some fantastic battling happening in front. Shame it's for the wooden spoon. Or will be soon. Here goes MacDonald through that middle sector. He's less than a second behind now. So he gets it into that right, now into the left. Get down to second. Going slightly wide. Look at that again. Difficult to get on the power. He's going into the final sector, the last half lap of the first race of the season. Goes wide. That's not where you go wide in this sequence of corners. Any of the sequence of corners can be out of rhythm, especially the first one, as you saw. He gained in the next two, but just lost it in that first part. Again, wide in the penultimate corners, Morbidelli wins the opening round of the season. Starting where he left off last season. So here goes MacDonald, right behind Locatelli. He will not finish last or 33rd as he gets out of the final corner. Great traction and crosses the line in 32nd. Dreadful opening round of the season for MacDonald. Just tried too hard on the first lap, then on the third lap just got away from him, the bike. As Morbidelli wins by 1.6 seconds over the Vieira. Luti wins that battle for third, just ahead of Axe Markers. Baldassari 5th. Bassini 6th, Badnaya 7th, Savi 8th. Negami 9th, Marini 10th. Then Quartararo 11th, Agata 12th, Surin 13th. Good race from the Malaysian header, Brad Binder. And Corsi, I told you about a 4 point. He got it in the end. Ahead of Isaac Vinales by half a second, as well was the finish. Well then, 23rd. His fastest out wasn't too bad. But yeah, would have expected more progress, and for MacDonald, 32nd, terrible. So the championship is how you would expect in the riders after the first race. As in the constructors standards, Calix leading KTM by 5 points with Tech 3 in third, Suter in fourth, and Speed Up in fifth. As once again, all 5 constructors scored points after the first race of the season. Very nice to see. As in the weekend recap, you can see there's one rider who really did step out and was the star of the Elusive gang in the first round of the season. That is the Argentine rider, qualifying in 13th, finishing in 14th, scoring points in the first race of the season. Well, Andrea did some good battling through the field from 33rd up to 22nd, so the Moto3 team did pretty well. MotoGP team is how you would expect. It's actually 25 riders then in MotoGP. And of course, both our riders finished right at the back. While in Moto2, you saw the Finnish rider good. I'll say good performance, okay, good debut. You know, it's first race of the team from 32nd up to 23rd. While MacDonald, incredibly disappointing, should have done much better than that. As our MotoGP riders improve everything. Our Moto3 riders improve, well, you know, Argentine improves his cornering. Our MotoGP riders, well, the Finnish rider improves his Infinity, while MacDonald improves his cornering. That would have been very helpful during the race up to 87. Well, you earn a decent amount of credit. I'd definitely say that having the MotoGP team seems to already be reaping rewards with the amount we've earned there. Not much reputation though. And we end with another activity day. I was going to do a photo shoot for 15,000 credits on my campaign to receive an extra credit bonus for the next race to achieve the sponsor objectives by 100%. Interview, if you achieve the sponsor objectives again, we receive a credit bonus of 100%, so exactly the same as the marketing campaign. Go to the gym, muscle endurance training for a ride, improve the braking ability by 100 XP. Test session, improve a bike part by 2 weeks. Not going to really do that though. I think once again we're going all in with the riders. Let's improve their braking ability. As next time for the 5th week of the season, be heading to Argentina and Tomás de Rio Hondo circuit for the Grand Prix of Argentina. And you can see the race objectives for MotoGP team, finishing the top 20. Maybe less likely than I expected. For Moto3 team, they can definitely achieve that. And for Moto2 team, we expect it from MacDonald and the Finnish rider perhaps in the second half of the season. But I hope you enjoyed the season opener for Season 6. Can the Moto2 team rebound? Can the MotoGP team not finish last? And can the Moto3 team continue to perform? Find out next time. So now, unfortunately, I'll see you then.